நாயகனாய் நின்ற நந்தகோபனுடைய கோயில் காப்பானே, கொடி தோன்றும் தோரண வாயில் காப்பானே, மணிக்கதவும் தாழ்த்திரவாய், ஆயர் சிறுமியரோமுக்கு அரைபறை மாயம் மணிவண்ணன் நென்னரை வாய நேர்ந்தான், தூயோமாய் வந்தோம் துயிலெழ பாடுவான், வாயால் முன்னம் முன்னம் மாற்றாதே அம்மா நீ, நெய் நிலைக்கதவும் நீ கேளோர் எம்பாவாய்.
அஸ்மத் குரு பரம்பராயே நமஹ. ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கடநாதார்ய கவிதார்க்கிக கேசரி வேதாந்தாச்சாரிய வரியோ மே சந்நிதத்தாம் சதா ஹிருதி. நீளாதுங்கஸ்தனகிரிதடி சுப்தமுத்போத்ய கிருஷ்ணம் பாராத்யம் ஸ்வம் சிதி சதசிரஸ் சித்தமத்யாபயந்தி சோச்சிஷ்டாயாம் சஜினிகளிதம் யாபலாத் கிருத்தபுங்க்தே கோதாதசை நமயிதமிதம் பூய ஏவாஸ்து பூயः. அன்னவயல் புதுவை ஆண்டாள் அரங்கற்கு பண்ணு திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம், இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள் நற்பாமாலை, பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளை சொல்லு, சூடிக் கொடுத்த சுடர்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடியருள வல்ல பல்வளைகாய், நாடினே வெங்கடற்கென்னை விதி என்ற இம்மாற்றம் நாம் கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானா திருவடிகளே சரணம், சீரொன்றுதொப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் திருவடிகளே சரணம். நாயகனாய் நின்ற நந்தகோபனுடைய கோயில் காப்பானே, கொடி தோன்றும் தோரண வாசல் காப்பானே, மணிக்கதவம் தாழ்த்திரவாய், ஆயர் சிறுமியரோமுக்கு அரைபறை மாயன் மணிவண்ணன் நன்னலே வாய் நேர்ந்தான், தூயோமாய் வந்தோம் துயிலெழப் பாடுவான், வாயால் முன்னம் முன்னம் மாற்றாதே அம்மா நீ ஏன் நிலைக்கதவும் நீ கேளோர் எம்பாவாய். An amazing, very important and essential Pasuram today, 16th in Thiruppavai. This talks about Manasu, our mind. Mind is the most important indriyam we have. A person's mind, when it is favorable, then it is cause for the moksha. When it is unfavorable, going into the worldly things, it is a cause for the bandham. So, whether you are going to have continuous birth and death cycle or going to go to the moksham, the determining factor is the manasi. If the manasi is getting to the vishayantaram, that is called worldly diversion, it pushes to samsara. On the other hand, if it involves with the Bhagavan, if it is absorbed with the Bhagavat Anubhavam, it liberates from the samsara. So in this Pasuram, Andal says, "O Bhagavan, please bless us with a good mind that will always engaged with you, enjoying you, and keep us away from the worldly distractions and everything." Nayaganaay nindra Nandagopanudaya. There are two words told here, Nayagan and Nandagopan. Both of them referring to the Bhagavan, our Perumal, Sriman Narayana. Nayagan means Swami, Seshi, the Lord for everyone, husband. Andal in Achiyar Tirumozhi very beautifully brings out Bhagavan's Aishwaryam. When you talk about Swarupa, Rupa, Guna, Vibhudi, that Vibhudi Aishwaryam is Pongodam Sunda Bhuvaniyam Vinnulagum Angadum Sorami Algindra Yemperuman. She says, Leela Vibhudi, which is surrounded by the oceans, and the upper world called Srivaikuntam Paramapadam, both are majestically ruled by you, Bhagavan. So both Leela Vibhudi and the Nitya Vibhudi is owned by Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana. In Trivikramavadaram, when you took that one, he proved that everything belongs to him by measuring the earth and above. There is nothing equal or superior to him. So, who is this Nayaganai Nindra? Nayagan we are talking as a Swami. Perumal's name given here is Rishikesan. Rishigam means our indriyams. Isan means Lord. The Lord of all the Indriyams is called Rishikesan, one who controls all our Indriyams, all our senses, one who is the boss for all of them. The Lord makes them in alignment with you and in alignment with the Dharma. He is the one going. Irudi Kesan Empiran, Ilangayar Arakar Kulam, Murudu Tirtha Piran, Emman Amarar Pemman. Thiruppavai says, Ye Chedana, think why the Bhagavan has given you the Indriyams. Not to enjoy Alpastra Vastu. Indira Sugrams are all trivial and temporal, but to perform Nitya Kainkaryam, that is the reason Bhagavan has given you. Pray to that Bhagavan Rishikesan. He can remove the brutal, vicious, ruthless action. Our senses are jumping into that one. What are all those actions? Diversion away from the Bhagavan. Those things Bhagavan will remove. So pray to him. First of all, why Bhagavan has given the Indriyams for us? Achita visittan pralaye jandum avalokya jada nirveda karana kalebara yogam vidarase vrishashailanada karune tvam. We are all at the pralayam time, without any nama, without any rupa, we are inside Bhagavan's stomach. Bhagavan thinks if they don't have a sariram or indriyam, they cannot do any action. So I had to give sariram indriyam so that they can do good action, they come to me to the moksham. That is the reason by compassion Bhagavan creates all of them. But what happens to us? We are always into the vicious cycle called ajnanam, karma, vasanai, ruchi, dega sambandham. This is a vicious circle on that one. So, because of that one, we are continued to have the ajnanam. We do the bad karyams because of our old vasana and ruji from the old things, and we get into the dega sambandham. So, punarabi jananam, punarabi maranam. How to break this one? So, look for the weakest link. The weakest link here is the ajnanam. So, if you get the jnanam, you can break that one and you can go to the moksham. Ajnana means lack of knowledge, lack of discrimination between permanent and temporary nature of things. Who does all these things? Who is responsible for all of them? Why we get ajnanam? Because our mind. Atmanam radiram vidhi sariram radamevadu buddhim tusaradi vidhi manapragragamevacha buddhim tusaradim vidhi manapragragamevacha indriyani hayan ahur vishayam seshu kocharan atmendriya mano yuktam bhokte ahur manishina. Beautiful slogan from Kathopanishad. Body is a chariot, Atma is the soul, is the owner, Buddhi, intelligence, is the driver, mind is a controlling bridle, think of like a steering wheel, Indriyams and organs are the horses, the cheap temptations are the directions. The horses want to jump in all directions where the attractions are there, but the bridle, lagan, we are using to keep them in the right path. Sometimes horses also put patches on their eyes so that they could not see on the side, they would see only in the straight. Likewise, we need to employ our mind not to get involved in the side attractions but focus on our objective. So the mind is an important organ, important sense. The connection here, what this Upanishad says, Atma, Buddhi, Manasi, Indriyams, temptation. Think like this, a car analogy. The Atma is the owner sitting in the back seat of a car. Buddhi, the Manase, all of them are we are given to the driver. The body and the senses is basically your vehicle. The law says if the driver crashes the car, who pays? Who is the insurance coming after? The owner. Who is the owner? The Atma. The result is body eventually burns away, but the Atma carries a punyam and pavam. So you must use the discrimination to guide. So where is the lagan? Where is the bridle? That is the manasi and buddhi. There are three ways to control the mind. We call them as 3 E's. First one is emotionless, second one is elimination, third one is escape. Emotionless, first one. Indifference. Nothing tempts me. Even if you put in front of me 100 jalebis, 100 sweets, I don't care. Nothing would bother me. That is the internal control, number one. Some people can do. Second, do elimination, avoiding. As long as I don't see anything of the jalebis, I am okay. So, that is the external dhammam and samam samvad. Samadhamadi, sadhana sambattakal, that's what we are working on. Third one is the escape. I need to get away from that room where the jalebi is. You get out of the completely of the environment. If you cannot ignore or stop the distraction, leave that place. One is emotionless, 2 elimination, 3 is escape. These are the 3 ways how you can avoid the worldly temptation. Krishna says, Kamam is the worst enemy for the jnanam. Use your buddhi. Put your mind to karma yoga. Jnana yoga is great, but the mind will be flying everywhere. So, egantam, personal aradhanam, doing activities, swadhyayam alone in a quiet place will help somewhat, but not all the times. So, your manas alapayardu. When you say that one, it is going everywhere. So that's the reason why we need the Utsavam, we need the Seva, we need the Satsangam, we need the group activities, we need the Goshti and everything. So the mind will not go off tangent. With all those loud chanting, ringing the bells, mind will be pulled towards Bhagavan. That is why Andal is waking up all the Prabhannas. Please come together. We all go and enjoy Bhagavan. Swami Desian also emphasizes Bhagavad Kaingaryam. Krishna says, without satsangam, the bhakti is useless. So, satsangam is a cornerstone. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nishyaladatvam, nishyaladatve jivan mukti, bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja mudamadhe. Satsangam, good company leads to detachment from the worldly desires. Detachment from the worldly desires get into the freedom from the delusion. Freedom from the delusion leads unwavering steady mind focused on the Bhagavan. The steady mind focused on the Bhagavan gives you the mukti. Very easily told. Arjuna in one place says, time and space, these are the minor enemies. They only distract you occasionally. The sense and indriyams what you have, they are the greatest enemies. They try to spoil you inside there all the time. 2 kinds of fire. Real fire that burns your body after you die. Second fire is the senses that burn your soul while you are still alive. It accumulates all the papam and everything. It never lets you go into the moksham. So in the summary, don't worry about external things. Focus internally. Focus how you can control your mind. That is the most important. Hey Bhagavan, you are the Niyanta. You are the Swami. All the Chetanas, Indriyams are Bhagavan's Vasham. We are all dependent on you. So you are the one putting me into the good path. Nayami Paramam Gadim. Abhayam sarvabodebhyo, agam tva sarvabhabebhyo. So you told all those things. You are the Nayagan. Gajendra raksha duridam bhavantam. Grahei rivahei vishayam vikishtaha. On that day, Gajendran was crying. He was caught by one crocodile. I've been caught by millions of crocodile. Bhagavan, please save me. Give me a good mind. We have 2 jnanams. I tell you very simplistically. And in the Prabhati lectures, you can go a lot more. 2 jnanam. One belongs to the Atma called Dharmi jnanam. Dharmi jnanam has got a Jnatutvam and Seshatvam. Jnanam, and I am a slave to Bhagavan. The other one is a Dharma Buddha jnanam, which is called DBJ. For convenience, we call that one as a Buddhi. you inherit from Punya Pavas. The Dharmabhuta Jnanam, you put it in the right way. The Jnatritvam, Seshatvam, what you have in the Dharmi Jnanam is same for everybody. Only the DBJ varies. So you put the DBJ in the right way so that you go into the moksham. Nandagovanudeya Koyal Kapane. Nandan is the one who gives Anandam. He makes those who take the refuge, and not only he rejoices, he makes everyone to be happy. Gopan means protected, Rakshakan. So, Nanda means Anandam. Nandan, the one who is Anandamayan and also who confers that Anandam to you. Anandamaya Bhagavan blesses Anandam to us. Yado vacho nivattande aprapya manasasaha Anandam Brahmano Vidwan na pivedi kudasyanedi. Tetropanishad Anandavalli says that one, Brahman is epitome of Anandam. Whole embodiment of Anandam. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. If you take Rama, every piece of Rama talks about Dharma. Similarly, Bhagavan, when we take, he is the one who is full of moksham. Not only is happy in the moksham, he can give that moksham to us and he can make us also happy. Gopan. Gopan means Rakshakan. He has got all the noble qualities. Sagala Kalyana Gunam. So Gopan, why? Agar Artho Vishnuhu Avarakshane. Agaram, he is the one. He starts with Agara, Ugaram, Agaram. He is the A, that is the one. He is the Rakshakan. Koyal Kapane, the temple Perumal residing is our mind. Where Bhagavan resides is called temple. Periyalvar says, Panikadalil Palligolai Palagavittu Odi Vandyan Manakadalil Varavalla Maya Manala Nambi. He left the ocean and he came and dwelt in my heart. Koyal Kapane means my heart, whatever it is, Bhagavan, you have to protect that one. Make our mind engage in the Prapya Vishayam. We want to get into the final rewards. That is what we should concentrate. Keep away from useless things, worldly. Bhagavad Gita, take that one. What happens? Arjuna comes with all pumped to the war. I'm going to kill all of them. I'm a great warrior. Krishna saw that one. When Arjuna says, Senayor Ubayor Madhye Radam Stabhayame Achyudha. Me Radam. Take my Radam. He said that one with ego. Krishna said, your Radam? So he started playing around with his mind. Then he gets a bargeters and he is so confused. And he said to Krishna, please advise me. Why Bhagavan did that one? Why he was playing with all his indriyams and everything? Why is he playing with Manasa? Because he has to give the Gita Upanishad. That is the reason why he made Arjuna like that one. Nayaganai Nindra Nandagopanudeya Koyal Kapane. Nayaganai Nindra Rishikesan. Nandagopanudeya, one who gives the Anandam and protection. Koyal Kapane, protecting my Manasi. Koditondrum Torana Vayal Kapane. The external indriyams, eyes, ears, mouth and all the 10 organs we are having, that is one Bhagavan protecting. There are two types of indriyams, Andar Indriyam, Bahir Indriyam. Inside and outside. Inside is Manase, outside is 10 of them. External senses. Kudigatti Parakkum. Kudigatti Parakkum means internal Indriyam. And Andarangam and Bahirangam, when we say that one, inside organ, outside organ. When you put a flag, you claim that land is yours. We saw the Americans when they went to the moon, Apollo 11, they put a flag that belongs to me. They climb up the Mount Everest, they put a flag. The one, Kodik Tondrum Torana Vasal Kapane, Indriyams are putting a flag on our body, says, we own them. You have the Shariram is owned by us. All the Indriyams are telling, Manik Kadavam Tal Deravai, open the jeweled door. Remove the state of non-experiencing Bhagavan. I want to go and enjoy Bhagavan and you directly put my mind towards him. So, go into the Prabhati. We should rejoice the Purushartham. Instead of that, the mind closes in all the Bhagavan and opens the door only for the worldly pleasures. Ragasyatrasaram Swami Desikan says in the Uttaragratyadikaram, Marakka vendiyadil pradhanam prashayasvadam. What you should forget? You should forget all the happiness this world is giving. Because you know those are all temporary. Here, Sirimir, when they say that one, it is a Seshatva Paradandriyam. Okay. Ayar Sirimir, Seshatva Paradandriyam. Pasu needs grass. Manishan needs annam. Devas need amrudam. Similarly, Bhagavan, the Taraga, Boshaga, Bhogyam, everything is Bhagavan only for us. That is the way we should be feeling. Arai, Parai means, Arai means Sabdam, Parai means Moksham. Parai, Moksham is Bhagavat Anubhavam. Bhagavan's Paratvam and Saulabhyam, when you understand, when you do the Sharanagati to him, and you know that Kaingaryam is the highest reward, you know that one. And when we finish this one, that Kaingarya Prapti is available here itself on the earth. Prabhattik Anandarame Moksham. So, Arai means loudly, means explicitly. Don't wait till you go to the Moksham. You can do that one explicitly here on the earth. That is what Arai Parai. Mayan says it shows Paratvam. So, when you have that power to do everything, everything is under your control. Manivannan, Mayan, Manivannan. Manivannan shows the Saulabhyam. So, Mayan is a Paratvam, Manivannan is a Saulabhyam. The Prakriti is under your control. Maya, you can remove the Ajnanam for your devotees. The Prabhannas here can enjoy you and everything. Instead of they go into the worldly matters, you come here as a Saulabhyam, Manivannan. You come from the Moksham down over here as Krishna. You come from Tirupparkadal, you made the Avadaram over here. Why you have done all of them? To take all these jivas to the Moksham. Manivanna, it shows your treasure of compassion. That is the reason why he has come over here. Saulabhyam. So Mayan is a Paratvam. Manivannan is the Saulabhyam. Nennale Vainendan. Nennale, on the day itself. Vainendan, you told with your own mouth. What you told? The Shastras. Pancharatra Agamam. Bhagavad Gita. All of them you told on that day. You have promised on that day. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. All we have to do is surrender to him, only to him. Mam, Egam, Sharanam Vraja. That is what the Upanepan is having written on his hand, showing his feet. Take Sharanagati with me. And we should have prayed at that time when we did the Sharanagati. Nirabarada Kaingaryam. Edad Dega Vasane Mam Tutpadam Pravayaswayam. At the end of this Janma, give me the moksham, he said. And also, you should please engage me in Nirabarada Kaingaryam. That is what the soul is waiting just to do that one. The soul's food is nothing other than, for the body, so much annam is there. For the soul's food is basically Kaingaryam. So, if you have not asked that one, you can go and ask Nirabarada Kaingaryam. Nityam Nirabadareshu Kaingaryoshu Nyungshamam. Every day you are saying that one. Please every day engage me into the Nirabarada, flawless Kaingaryam. We are not asking Sharanagati you do only once for one reason. You cannot be doing more than once. So we are not asking every day, but we are asking every day during the Abhigamanam, make today is good. Make today I don't do any kind of flaws. I don't want to do any aparadam. I want to do Kaingaryam for Bhagavad Bhagavata Acharya. That is what you asked for that one. So you have promised. Nennale Vainendam. What did you do? Ramo Dirnabi Bhashade. Rama will not tell second time. Rama will not go back on his words. You said that one. That is why we reached you. Tu yo mai vando. We have come to you as Ananya Prayojanar. We are asking nothing else. Just the Anubhavam of you. Tu yo mai means with purity, cleanly. Vando we came. Tui mai, when you say purity, is not external, but it also internal purity. The internal purity is ananyagaditvam, ananyaprayojanatvam. Ananyagaditvam, Bhagavan, there is nothing else more than you as a ubayam and as a palan. The purpose of our Atma is there only to serve you. That is the Seshatva Jnanam. We are existing only to serve you. Tuyilazha Paduvan, Tuyilazha, to wake up from the sleep. Paduvam, singing. When we sing, when we praise, when we recite, when you do Namasankirtanam, you should listen to that. We are not like this. During the daytime, we come to your palace and you do this study and we are asking something from you. Not like that one. What we are doing is to do alangaram for you in the Utsava Murti, to enjoy by reciting slokas and everything. They're all Swayam Prayojanam. Prabhannan, whatever the good things he does, he is not accumulating any punyam. What he is going to do? He is going to leave everything and go. Whatever he does, all of them, is only anubhavam. So what we are doing here, enjoyment. Vayal munnam munnam matrade amma. Vayal, by your words. Munnam munnam, what you have told first, before everything. Matrade, don't change. Don't disappoint us by not giving the enjoyment to be with you, praising you, doing kaingaryam to you. So, you told in Ramavadaram, Varagavadaram, Krishnavadaram, in everywhere you told the words that you going to rescue those who come to you and take refuge under your lotus feet. Don't go back on that. Neya nilekadavam nikelo rambhavai. Neya means bhakti, preeti. Nilai means permanence, uninterrupted devotion. We can do in a different way also. Neya is affection. Nilai kadava means door. Nilai means vasapadi. Nilai. Nik means remove that one. Nilayana nesam, continuous, eternal, solid bhakti without any interruption. These doors are closed, called worldly pleasures. What they are doing, they are shutting me. My mind, what is called DJ, the Dharminyanam says, I want to do Kainkaryam to Bhagavan. It wants to do that one, but the Dharmabuddha Jnanam, that is the Manasi and our Buddhi, what we have inherited, that closes the door. Please open up that one. Vishayanubhavatai niki, remove all the worldly pleasure. Nirandaram nenaippadaga, nee nenekka vendume. Tirumisi Alvar says, I cannot do anything. If I want to think eternally, if I want to have a Bhagavad Seva, if I had to do Dharadhanam, Thukyakai, my Acharya would say that one, when you lift a hand, without a Sankalpam, it won't come down. So, every small iota of our movements is controlled by him. So, poison kills only when you consumed. But Vishayam, the worldly pleasures will kill even the attempt of thinking about them. So what we should do? Tum tu sarvam parityacha snegam swajana bandushu maya vesya manasamyak samadrik vicharaswagam. Patrigai vidigai. Patrigai means holding on, clutching something. Vidigai means giving up, sacrifice, detachment. Monkey holds one of these vines, and then only it leaves the others. So, what we have to do, if you start holding on to Bhagavan more and more and more, the worldly pleasures and everything, that will go away. But whether you want to hold it, whether you want to leave it, both of them is Sankalpam. Which one should I do first? Nothing. You have to pray to Bhagavan, he shows the way to you. So, the essence of this Pasuram, the mind is the key for bondage or liberation. Perumal as a Rishikesan controls the Indriya and directs them. And he is in Nayagan, Nandan and Gopan. The true temple is your Manasi. Prabhanna is playing, engage my mind towards you. Keep away from distractions. That Bhagavan, Mayan, Manivannan, Satyan. Supremely compassionate, truthful. We come as Ananya Prayojanar, asking for only Bhagavat Anubhavam. Please remove the obstacles and give that one. Bhagavan is a final Purushartham. ultimate objective. To attain that, we need to do Ubayam, Bhakti or Prabhati. To understand and execute that Ubayam, we need to understand the Tattvam. To understand the Tattvam, you need the knowledge. The Jnana obtained by winning over senses, discriminative knowledge, that is the foundation of the victory. That is what the Karma Yoga. Bhagavan, Bhakti, Jnana Yoga, Indriya Jayam, Karma Yoga. So that is why Swami Desikan says, Karma Yogam we have to do. If you are thinking all this thing bad, just take the car and go into the temple. Go for 5 minutes. If you made up your mind and move the car, the next 2 hours you're going to do it in a good. So engage into that one. That is what it says. Ask Bhagavan and pray. Keep your mind clean. Kavidharki Gasimaya Kalyana Gunashaline Simade Venkadesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Simade Negavanta Maha Deshigaya Namaha Andal Thiruppavai Sharanam.